What up, what up, what up? We with the walk down. Guess what, guys? We got we gotta get focused, man. We gotta stay on the course. We gotta stay on the course. In other words, you gotta keep chasing your dreams. You gotta keep inspiring others. You gotta keep looking at your face in the mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, and analyzing your own personal situation. You can't worry about what somebody else think about you, guys. You can't worry about what somebody else say. You can't worry about the liars. You can't worry about those type of things. That's only distraction. You gotta wake up with it on your mind. What's that, stock sniper? You gotta wake up with what you got going on for now and the future. You gotta have that on your mind. It's very, very simple, right? It's to stay focused. Stay focused on what's going on. We cannot worry about the negative bickering. Can't worry about the division. You know, we gotta stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on what you got going on. Appreciate y'all for joining me. This is the walk down. Yeah, guys, this today, we gotta stay focused. Look in the mirror and see how your life is. Not just look in the mirror to see if your haircut look good, or look in the mirror and see if your eyelashes or your hair look good. Actually looking in the mirror and see what you got going on today. Wake up in the morning, pray, put some water in your system. And then when you brushing your teeth, washing your face, or whatever you're doing, look in the mirror and see what you got going on. Look in the mirror and see what's the best human you can be. This is more than just about America, guys. What the best human you can be. You know, are you on the path where you can get to your pot of gold at the end of that rainbow down there? That's what we got to focus on, guys. We got to get focused back to center. But at the same time, everything that we encounter in life, you always got to find something positive out of it where it can make you grow. Even if they lying on you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they lie on you and you know they lying on you and they don't even want to apologize after they get caught in their lies. Even knows that. You got to forgive them and keep going. You got to understand that that's just a distraction, right? That's a hard thing to get over, guys. Is when somebody that somebody you love and somebody you trust, your own blood, as a matter of fact, lie on you, lie, and the evidence is brought to you that they actually straight up lied on you. You know what I'm saying? And then you present them with the evidence that they lied on you. You know what I'm saying? And they deflect from saying, look, I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake. You know, for whatever reason, I lied on you, sir or ma'am, or whatever the case may be. I apologize. And what's so cold about it is when that person does not want to acknowledge it and don't want to apologize. What do you do in that situation? What do you do? Do you do the unthinkable and invoke violence on that person? Or do you just eliminate them out of your life and keep it pushing? And understand who you're dealing with, and then at the same time, look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and see, have you lied on somebody and just didn't get caught? You know, see, you gotta take those type of situations and you gotta take that and you gotta learn from it. You gotta apply it to your life, right? It's called looking in the mirror and checking yourself. That's what we all gotta do, guys. We gotta look in the mirror and we gotta check ourselves, you know? And all the mistakes, people do you all type of ways. Guess what? you got to make sure that you don't carry that same anger and bitterness inside of you. As Charlie Kirk's memorial, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, as that is come and gone, the question is, what can we learn from the situation? How can we apply these type of situations and apply it to our lives and make it as a teachable moment, not only for me as a person, but for my family and for my community? See, guys, life is about learning and making it better and and avoiding the negativity. Because one thing, guys, you could be on your own path, minding your own business, doing your own thing. And life comes, lies, violence, haters, all that is just a distraction to try to knock you off of your lane. You know what I'm saying? People can lie on me. People can come up with all kinds of things about me. But it's my goal, it's my duty to be mature so they don't knock me out of my lane. See, this right here, guys, this is not my lane. That's what happens when it's negative, liars, slandering your name, mess and gossip, violence, and all these type of things. It's just another tactic of the enemy to get you out of your lane. This is not my lane. So I snap back, say, hey, you gotta let that go. You gotta cut that off and get back in your lane, right? Get back in your lane and keep on focusing on what you need to be focusing on. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I am your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. This is the Stay in Your Lane and Mind Your Own Business channel. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me. I just gotta talk this talk, because guess what, guys? Whatever happens, whatever goes on, and it's more importantly, you gotta teach this to your circle. And your circle have to be the type of people that all adversity, whatever can happen to the worst, guess what? At the end of the day, hey, what's up, Lucille? At the end of the day, we gotta keep on working. We gotta keep on working. And what we have to do is we have to lead the way for our families, for our kids, for our grandkids, and yes, for our communities. You gotta lead to example. You gotta lead by example, as what Charlie Kirk just did. I don't care if you like him or not. I don't care what you say negative about Charlie Kirk, but guess what? What you can't say is he wasn't putting the work in. Whatever he was doing, he was getting out and he was putting that work in, guys. No matter what was going on, no matter who was trying to say this, that, and the third about him, guess what? He still came out and he put the work in every single day. He woke up, he found something that he loved to do, and he put that work in and he went out. And what I preach all the time on this channel, find something you love to do and master it. See, guys, sometimes something that you love to do, you might not know nothing about it. You might be starting from scratch, right? But your love for it is the reason why you keep going. Your love for it is the reason why you keep seeking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Your love for it is the reason why you put the right type of people in your circle that's on the same mission. The right type of people that understand what your lane is. The right type of people that's gonna keep you motivated and keep you working. And also the right type of people that's more importantly, is gonna keep it going. See, as the unthinkable happened to Charlie Kirk, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, guys. But guess what they did? They picked up the pieces and their mission continued. Monday morning, guess what? Next man up, guys. Next man up. That's a beautiful feeling when you as a leader can instill that and to not only your family members, but also to your loved ones and also your good friends. In other words, you got to have a great circle around you, guys. Circle is very important. Everybody has to be on the same mission. While everybody is watching, looking to see who's gonna take the torch, who's gonna keep that movement going, who's gonna keep that business and all that going, guess what? The system is already in place. The system was already in place. Nobody quit. Nobody uh, 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 nobody let the negative emotions get to them. They didn't. Guess what they did? They worked on faith. They worked on faith, and they had positive things going. What was the positive thing, Stock Sniper? What would Charlie Kirk want us to do? He would want us to keep it going. He wouldn't want us to sit here and mourn and take a week off or take a month off or this, that, and the third. Because guess what? He was not that type of person. He worked ever since he was a little bitty kid in high school, working for his dreams, whatever they might be, working on his dreams. And guys, that's what we got to take out of all this. That's what we got to take about all this. Is we got to quit thinking about all the negative stuff. See, that's why we cannot succeed in the things that we need to be succeeding in today, because we're always too focused on the negative things. We always too focused on the negative stuff. I don't care if you agree with me or not, but one thing we all can agree on is everybody want to be successful, right? Everybody want their family to be successful. Everybody want their community to be successful. That's what we all want, right? Everybody should want that. Everybody agree that we all striving to be the best we can be. That's what we're all trying to do. And guess what, guys? The only way you can be successful, you got to find something you love to do. You got to master it to the best of your ability. You got to teach it to your kids and grandkids and your loved ones in your circle. And you got to teach it to your community. That's what you got to do. You can't worry about the negative comments. You can't worry about what somebody say about you. Just like I can't worry about my own flesh and blood lied on me. Straight up lied on me, guys. You know what I'm saying? With all this bitterness, all this frustration, all this hatred, all this hating on the grind. You can grind too. All you gotta do is put it in your head to get up and put the work in. And that's it. And teach it to your kids and grandkids. Because guess what? And be as positive as you can. And take every negative reaction and transform it into a positive reaction. I could have did the unthinkable. And I could have went and did my family member all kind of ways for lying on me, right? But guess what I did? I put it in God's hands. I prayed for him. And I understand I got to cut you off. I got to cut you off. See, that's the thing, guys. When you got a plan, bro, when you got a plan and you got a vision and you got a goal and you trying to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. That means that if you're talking negative, if you full of negativity and gossip and slander, guess what? I gotta sit you to the side over there by yourself. And I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going because I love what I do more than I love the negativity and the bullshit and the bubble gum. That's what we gotta think about, guys. That's what we gotta think about. Everything that goes on, you gotta use it as fuel to become the best version of yourself. That's what I took out of the situation. You know, I could have went back and forth, right? It's easy, bro, guys, it's easy to go back and forth and argue with somebody. It's easy to have negative comments back and forth about people. It's easy to get violent. It's easy to do those type of things. But guess what that does? It does absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing, and it causes more drama, more violence, and more problems. And guess what it do? It take you off of your lane. You won't be in your lane no more because you too focused on the negativity. So I got to stay in my lane, and I got to mind my own business. So what? Somebody's talking negative about you. So what? Somebody's lying on you. So what? Somebody's slandering you. So what? So what? What are you gonna do about it? It's 2025. The last thing that we need to be worrying about is people slandering you, people lying on you, whatever the case may be. That's the last thing we need to be worried about. It's 2025, guys. People are getting rich every second. And guess what? As long as you negative, as long as you trying to talk about somebody, as long as you trying to say somebody's this, that, and the third, guess what you got to do? You got to look in the mirror at your own self. You got to look in the mirror at yourself and analyze your own life, right? Nobody's perfect. That's what we got to learn. Nobody is perfect, right? But the thing is, when you're trying to judge somebody else, when you're trying to slander somebody else, when you're trying to get over on somebody else, guess what it do? All it do is just come back on you tenfold. And it keeps you out of the lane that you're supposed to be in. What is that lane, Stock Sniper? The lane is making an earn, spending less, and making the proper investments, and teach it to the people that you love, and teach it to your kids and grandkids, and teach it to the people in your circle. So why? If the unthinkable happened to you, guess what? They'll be able to keep it going. They can understand that, hey, man, so-and-so was about putting the work in. So guess what? We got to honor him and we got to keep it going. We got to get up every single morning and pray. Drink your cup of water. Look in the mirror and analyze what we got going on today. And guess what, guys? When you do that, guess what I learned from my 52 years being on this earth? When you focus it on what you need to be focusing on 100%, guess what? You don't have time to be worrying about what somebody got to say about you. You don't have time to worry about the negativity. You don't have time to worry about the lies and the slanders. You don't have time to worry about the mess and the gossip. You don't have time to worry about all that. All you have time for is looking at yourself in the mirror, analyzing your day, and putting the work in. That's the only thing you got time for. Only thing you got time for is understanding what you're supposed to be doing with your life and learning from the other mistakes that people make. Learn from the people that slander. Learn from the people that lie and gossip. Learn from the people that do anything negative against you or anybody else that you know. You got to learn from the situation. And you got to keep on more. Most important thing, guys, the most important thing is to make sure you put God first, family second, and your country next. And when it comes to family, your circle, that's your family. Who you rock with, who has the best interest of you, who is moving in the same direction that you are moving in. That's who we need to be focusing on. I can't be focusing on some family member that's slandering and lying and gossiping. I can't be focusing on that. I got to be focusing on my lane, and I got to control the things that I can control. See, a lot of times, guys, we focus more time on things that we cannot control. I cannot control what somebody say about me. You cannot control what somebody say about you. But what you can control is the work that you put in. You can control how you live your life. You can control how you raise your kids. You can control how you want your grandkids to be. You can control who you want in your circle and who you don't want in your circle. You can control the people that are in your circle, or they gonna continue to move on if something was to happen to you. That's the thing right there, guys. That's the thing. In 2025, so many people are missing the point, bro. So many people are missing the point. So many people are worried about what somebody said about somebody. So many times people are worried about what Charlie Kirk said about somebody else. Man, forget all that. People talk. It's called running your mouth. People talk. But the main thing is, you gonna let that get to you? Or you gonna stay focused and stay what you and remain focused on what you need to be focusing on, which is putting the work in. That's right. Or you gonna be focused on putting the work in, or you gonna be focusing on educating yourself, or you gonna be focusing on getting some of this money that's out here in 2025. I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing on How can I get some of this wealth that they're creating right now in 2025? Guess what? When something shakes, something rumbles, or something bad happens, guess what? You got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. You got to keep it pushing. You got to keep going. You know, it's all in the name. All in the name of family. All in the name of country. All in the name of your circle. All in the name of your kids and grandkids. All in the name of your community. See, that's what people are missing. Too many times we think inside of the tracks. We have to stop thinking inside of the tracks and think outside of the tracks. We have to think outside of the tracks. That's what we got to think about. We can't be worrying about what's going on things, especially things that we cannot control. Over and over and over and over again, I cannot control what somebody say about me. I can't control that. But what I can control is how I find something that I love to do and I master it. And then guess what? I put the work in. And once I'm focused on that, guess what? What somebody said about me don't even matter. I ain't even worried about what somebody said about me. I'm not worrying about what somebody said about so-and-so. I'm not worrying about what somebody said about somebody that's been gone for 50 years. I'm not worrying about somebody saying something about what happened 100 years ago. That is an absolute distraction. And guess what, guys? When you have negativity on you, and you dwell in negativity, that keeps you off the course. Then it keeps you off the course, right? You can't expect to have a great day. You can't expect to complete your goals for the day if you're worrying about what somebody said about anybody. You can't worry about that. It's called freedom of speech. We can say whatever we want to say. It's how we react, right? It's how we react. Now look, guys, that guy that did that to Charlie Kirk, guess what, guys? He's 22 years old. His life is over. He has no ability to go find something that he loves to do and master it. He will never have that ability to go make a earn, spend less, and get some of his investments that's going on in 2025. He will never be able to do that, guys. Never. Because he got in his feelings. We got to get out our feelings and get in our bag. Get out your feelings. Get in your bag. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. It's 2025, guys. It's not 1940. It's not 1930. It's not 1950. It ain't even 1980. It's 2025. And guess what? All you got to do is put the work in. It's more simple than ever. But the distractions and the negativity and the gossip and the slander is what's holding a lot of us back as the stock market hit all-time highs. We got to stop focusing on the bullshit and the bubble gum and focus on what really matters. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. Learn from the situation. Learn something from the situation. Work ethic. Find something you love to do. Work ethic. Find something you love to do. These guys, guess what? They get up early in the morning. 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, a lot of them. And guess what they do? They got their whole day already planned out on what's going on. And yes, working on your mental health is also included in work. It's also included in a lifestyle. And guess what? Once you have a day like that, guess what happens? You ain't got time to be worrying about somebody talking about you. You ain't got time to worry about that. You'll understand it's a distraction. So if anything we all, even me, can get out of this life, is guess what? Don't be distracted. Because guess what? I found out, listen to the OG, whenever you on the right course, and when you stand in your own lane and you minding your own business, and you getting closer to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, guess what happens? That's when the haters come in. That right there, when that happens to me, guess what happens, guys? A light bulb goes off. And yes, you know, I'm human, So yes, I might entertain it for a little bit, but then boom, I gotta remember, I gotta get back on course and I gotta stay in my own lane because I got the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow that I'm trying to collect. Right, I'm trying to collect it for my grandkids and my great grandkids and so on and so on. Instead of focusing my time on bullshit and bubblegum and mess and gossip and words, that's taking me off time from spending with my grandkids. That's taking me time off spending what I'm talking about on this YouTube channel to my kids and grandkids. That keeps me from going live and kicking it with the people that come rock with me over here. So that's the thing, guys. You gotta stay away from that mess and that gossip and that talk. Well, he said this, and he said that, and he said this, and he said that. Man, that don't mean nothing, man. It's 2025. He said this about somebody that's been dead for 50 years. He said this about something that happened 100 years ago. Man, it's 2025. At 52 years old, bro, I'm telling everybody that's on this channel, I refuse to go backwards, guys. I refuse to go back and think about 1950. I refuse to go back and think about 1940. I think about what's happening right now. I'm thinking about what's happening right now, and I'm thinking about what's gonna happen to my kids and grandkids in the future. I can't control the past. I can't control what somebody else say. I can't control if somebody lying on me. I can't control that. All I control is what I'm doing right now. Is on this walk down, and I'm just about at the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow right now. That's all I can control. And what I'm gonna do after this. What's next on my daily plan? What's next on my daily goals? That's all I can think about. And that's all what we need to be thinking about, guys. Because a lot of this stuff, bro, insist it's a distraction. Trust me, when you focusing on being the best plumber you can be, when you focus on being the best barber you can be, when you focus on being the best, I don't care, fill in the blank, you the best McDonald's flipper you can be. Guess what? You don't even have time for nobody hating on you, bro. You ain't gonna have time for somebody talking about somebody else. And you damn sure ain't gonna have time for somebody talking about something that happened 100 years ago. That is a distraction. It's 2025. It's time to stand up. We the people, it's time to stand up and keep it pushing. And share and teach it to others and wake everybody else up. And understand, it's something going on right now. It's been going on. But you gotta, in America, guess what? It's the land of milk and honey. I ain't got time to be worrying about nobody else. I'm too busy worrying about the land of milk and honey. And yes, they want to distract us off of the land of milk and honey. They want us living paycheck to paycheck. They want us spending our money on everything they bring up. That's what they want. They want us arguing and going back and forth. Meanwhile, they're kicking it at the top. Yeah, I'm going in. They're kicking it at the top. So what we need to be focusing on is we the people. Earn, spend less, and make proper investments. And keep the right type of people around you. And always stay positive and always work on your health. Always work on your mental health. Always teach others. Always teach this to your kids and grandkids. And if you have that momentum going, guess what? You ain't gonna have time for nothing else. Once you start worrying about what you love to do, and you master it, and you go to work, and then you spend less, and you making proper investments, whatever they might be, and then you exercise, and then you teach it to your kids and grandkids and your homeboys or homegirls or your community. Guess what? After that, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna go to bed. You're gonna be tired. You'll watch a football game or whatever, and then you're gonna go to bed. The mess and gossip, it's over here. That's what a mess and the gossip is. That's what a lying is. That's what that at. I'm right here. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Woo! I'm fired up, guys. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less, and make proper investments. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. This is the host, you want it on the Stock Sniper. To the next one, I'm out.